come from?
Well, I think if someone at work who's a massive Spurs fan, season ticket holder, he turned around to me, he said, "Sod's law, I know what's going to happen. Spurs are going to get relegated, and Arsenal are going to win all four."
Yeah, I do. I genuinely do think Spurs are going to get relegated, as much as it pains me to say. I just can't see where a win's going to come from.
Yeah, I don't either. I'll be honest. I just sometimes you see it, you can't see it happening. I know it sounds silly. You say you can't see a win coming, and I agree. But then again, I just can't see it happening. It don't seem. I don't know. It don't seem.
I know, but
you know what I mean.
But it's real. We're right down there. You look at the table, and it's like, we're
and
right
the games you got left as well. Do you look at them and think, a normal top of the side were the maximum points, but now you look at them and go, I don't fancy any of them.
You know what it is? It's that Forest game that's going to be.
Yeah.
That Forest game is huge, massive 6-pointer.
Do you go? Like, when you're not doing great?
Do you know what? If I can, obviously with games on a Saturday, games like sort of midweek, if someone rings me up and offers me a ticket and it's not on TV, there's no way I'm leaving my sofa on a Sunday if it's on TV.
Yeah.
I don't care who they're playing, but it's I will go every now and then, but not at the minute. Oh my God, I couldn't think of anything worse than going to watch Spurs in a minute.
I was at because I go down to see Waltham Abbey play, and so I've got a season ticket down there, and they were talking yesterday. The Spurs fans, one of them said their son's got a season ticket down there, and he's so fed up with it now. He's giving it to the little kid who sits next door to him.
I'd rather go and watch Waltham Abbey with the game that Bill's got them playing, to be honest with you, than going and watch Spurs.
I know people will disagree with me because we are live now, but if someone will probably disagree with me, but they destroyed Malden at the weekend.
Well, we've got Malden next Saturday, so I'll be. I've already messaged Billy, being like, we need to have a chat.
Yeah, no, it was one way. They hit the post in the first half, and the only goal they scored was when the Abbey keeper dropped it. Do you know what I mean? That was the only time that they actually looked dangerous, to be honest. While we get going through, I'm just keeping an eye on this. It's Southampton.
Are you watching the draw?
I've got the draw on my left-hand side, yeah. I'm just keeping an eye on it now. So it's Southampton.
I've got no interest. Spurs aren't in it. So.
Southampton against Arsenal. That's all right. I'll take that.
Not bad. But you just about got past Mansfield, though.
Yeah. Just messing about.
So, you never know.
Yeah, messing about playing weaker teams, weaker players. It's so dangerous in that league to do that. Chelsea, go on. Man City would be lovely, or Liverpool, be nice.
I think Port Vale in it, aren't they?
Yeah. Number 2. They got Port Vale, Chelsea versus Port Vale. So Chelsea.
That's good for Port Vale.
Chelsea have been in the semi-finals. It would be better for Port Vale if it would have been the other way round at home, I suppose.
Hey, listen, the FA Cup, you never know. You never know with the FA Cup.
So we'll get started with anybody that's tuned in. We will be starting with Mitch in a sec. We're just finishing off this draw. So it's number 3, which is Man City. We could do it being number 6 with a bit of luck if Joe Hart's nice. Otherwise, it looks like it could be an all sort of super semi-finals if it ain't. Number 6, Manchester City versus Liverpool, and it means Leeds will play the winner of tonight's game between West Ham and Brentford. That's a bonus.
West Ham, they're in trouble.
Yeah. That'd be an interesting one. But welcome to the Reposs Non-League Show. And even though it was an FA Cup little bit there, we just the tie's coming out. It'll be West Ham or Brentford at home to Leeds in that other quarter-final. And of course, joining me tonight, and unfortunately, Lee can't make it with us tonight. He's got a family issue that's popped up, so unfortunately, he's not going to be able to make it with us tonight. But Mitch, of course, joint manager down at Grays, has joined us. And of course, also later on, normally we go on our road to Merthyr, and unfortunately that Craig has got an issue as well, so he's not going to join us either tonight. So it's me and Mitch for the next 40 odd minutes or so. So we're going to try and entertain you as much as we can, and I dare say Paul Halsey might come up somewhere along the line as well, but we'll have a chat about him later.
But it's quite nice to not have him on the show, though, Dave. It's much better having me on than him.
Well, it is, mate, because no disrespect. If he did turn up, he would be a bit early for him. In all fairness, he would probably turn up in about another 10 minutes time after he's decided he wants to come on or not.
Bless him. Bless him.
But
Bless him.
at 90 minutes, I just commented. They've said, "Evening, Dave. Evening, Mitch. Hope you're both well." So yeah,
90 minutes live.
yeah.
Oh,
So
well,
yeah, we
great,
are.
great, great guys. They are
They
great
are.
guys. They've caught a couple of my screamers.
Well, I used to work with Simon, so we used to work
Yeah,
at Tesco's together. So yeah, they're great guys, both of them. I must admit,
yeah, they're good.
great guys.
Great
But
guys.
I mean,
Good coverage.
non-league wise, this week can always start off this sort of way, Mitch. But I mean, is there anything you've seen this week that's sort of really taken your eye across non-league anywhere that either surprised you or you looked at and thought, wow, I didn't expect that to be happening type thing this weekend?
Not really. It's the same. I haven't left non-league. It's just, I mean, it's just the only thing for me is I've crossed over at the minute I can't play at the minute, so I've crossed over from player to sort of management. So,
Yeah.
I mean, it's still the same. Just looking at it from sort of myself looking at it from a different perspective. But fortunately, I haven't been out the game, so nothing really has changed. I mean, saying that, I haven't really been in this league because obviously I crossed over and went and played for Paul. I'm used to calling him Gaffer. Now I have to call him Halsey. He hates it. He hates it. But yeah, no. Obviously, so this league it's been interesting to come back to this league. You sort of the teams are. I mean, I've only seen Bowers, Newmarket, and Wolverhampton Abbey. But yeah, I haven't. I guess nothing's really changed too much.
I mean, the weekend for me, I think some of the ones that sort of surprised me at the weekend, especially in your division as such as well. Downham Town getting a 2-2 draw with Stanway. That was.
Oh, you mean
probably
results wise?
Yeah, I mean that was probably a little bit of a shock. Abbey, completely dominating the game against Morden and Tiptree and
Yeah,
beating
but
them
do you
by
know what though,
3-1.
Dave? That doesn't surprise me, Wolverhampton Abbey. I mean, look, I've known Billy for years, and he's smart. Like he knows the game inside out. And I played with him. I played with him for a while, and the way he carries himself and has his team set up, he works hard. Like he knows what he wants. He's got a vision of what he wants. So
Yeah.
I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised that they beat Morden.
And the other
I
one
haven't
was,
seen Morden saying that.
I mean, the other one as well was, of course, it might not seem a surprise in one way or another, but Whittam 2, Galston 2. But did you see the crowd?
Yeah, wasn't it because of the blogger or something?
Yeah,
He went over.
yeah,
Yeah,
1,205.
1,500. Oh yeah, yeah. It's good, isn't it, when you see a big crowd over? Like
Yeah.
you see all the sort of hard work that everyone puts into the club, like all the volunteers and everything like that. So it's nice when you get a lot of people through the gate. I think it's great.
I mean, talk to us a little bit about Grays, because I mean, I mean, the last time I spoke to Lee, of course, there was excitement about the possibility of getting the Turks Old Ground. Of course, that's now become reality. And when does that actually become 100% reality, shall we say? And you guys moving in?
So I don't know if they've been given an actual date. I know there's been loads of hard work going on behind the scenes, and they've done such a great job. I mean, I know they've trying to get a ground for years. So they've worked so hard to get it. I don't know. I don't know if it'll be next season. I doubt it'll be next season, but I think possibly the season after. I think they're just trying to get the final part of the planning done and get the keys. And I think there's obviously a bit of work to be done there. But I think I think you're probably looking at not next season, the season after. But it's great for the club. It's great for the club, Dave. Like you see all the hard work that goes on behind the scenes, and the way that I don't know too much about the past of when they lost the ground or when the ground was sold, but the way they've kept the fans, they bought the club and kept it alive and kept the fan base and the hard work that goes on behind the scenes is great, and the club deserves a ground, and I'm sure they'll make a success of it once they get it.
Yeah, we've had another message come in. It's from at JFM Cars Limited 384. You know who that is?
Freddie Moncur. Freddie
right.
Moncur. Go on, what's he said?
He said, "What a player."
Freddie, what a guy. I just spoke to him not long ago, actually. Good guy, Freddie. Good mate of mine.
Was it Freddie or was it his brother played at Averley? Averley?
No, Freddie. You mean Freddie's brother?
Yeah, was it him or was am I getting it wrong?
No. George was. I mean, he played in the Championship, and then and then he's I think he's at Bedford Town now. Yeah, he's at Bedford. But I played with Freddie at Grays, and then at Ware as well. Yeah, great guy. Well, good player as well. He's at Enfield now. He's at Enfield.
What about Paulie? Where was it you was playing with him?
Glenn
Yeah.
Do you know what? When I first left the professional game and went into non-league, Glenn was playing. It was at Redbridge possibly, and Glenn was playing there, and yeah, and I went in. I was young. I was really young. And to be fair to Paulie, he always looked after me. He always looked after me. So yeah, it's just from there, and then sort of as he was obviously went on. I think he went off to Brentford. Am I right?
Yeah.
He went off to Brentford, and we always stayed in touch. Like I know, his family and or his dad, and yeah, he's a great guy. Isn't he? Well, did you know that I played? Has he said something? Has he messaged?
Yeah, he always used to talk about you. He always used to talk about you.
Ah, what a guy.
Yeah,
Great guy. But you know what? He's another one. Dave. He's always supported sort of non-league, always supported the Greys as well. He's always been over to games and things like that. He's a great guy. Loads of time for Glenn.
So you said about coming out the sort of plan to go into management because of injury and that. I mean, was it when did that happen and what was the injury that caused you to have to sort of like redirect your sort of concentration as such and move into being a manager?
You know what? It all happened so quick. I mean, I was playing at Ware this season, didn't really sort of work out. I was sort of getting the same injury every time, and it was in my knee, and it was just my knee just I just kept getting so much pain, and I couldn't really play to 100%. And then it was all right, and then it kept coming again and going. So I was in and out of the team at Ware, which was frustrating. And in the end, I just thought, you know what, I'm gonna get out of there. So I went over to. Which was hard, by the way, because Ware's a great club as well, and like everyone who runs that club, sort of Haley and Inach, great people, and obviously Paul as well. And so I went over to Harlow, and I was playing there, and I just had a knee problem. I think I cracked. I mean, the scan says I cracked a bit of cartilage in the back of my kneecap. So I needed to have an injection and so on. So I had to come away from it. And then obviously what happened at Harlow. Chapo left and Cyrus took over, who by the way, is excellent. Like seeing he's actually made the transition from player to manager as well. And he's absolutely brilliant. And I hope he gets the role sort of for next season as well. But I was helping him out whilst I had the injection and everything like that. And then obviously, with Darren leaving Grays, I got a phone call from Paul Joynes, who he's been around the block, great guy, known him for a long time, played for him, know the family really well. He said to me, "Do you want to? I'm going in at Grays as Darren's left, and do you want to come in and assist me and come in with me?" And listen, Grays is like, for me, it's I love Grays. I've got such a great relationship with the club. I've had my best times there. So it was almost like I couldn't say no. So I've had my injection. I'm on the mend, but in the meantime, it was a no-brainer to go and sort of assist and see it from the other side. To be fair, it was good. It's good. I'm enjoying it as well.
So what was your time at Harlow like? Because I've been asked to go back there and help out a little bit as well now. So I'm sort of back over there again now. I mean, when did you turn up at Harlow?
Oh, I can't remember now. It was probably sort of October time. October, with Chapo and Scott Curley. They were in there, and I know Scott. I've known Scott for years. I know Chapo for years, and around then it was good. I thought Chapo was outstanding. He had a system, and we knew exactly what he wanted. And I kind of went in as obviously as a more experienced player. They had quite a young team, other than Cyrus and Fabs, who up the average age. But yeah, no, I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it there. And if it wasn't Grays, I probably would still be there with Cyrus. I had a great connection with Cyrus, and and it was just unfortunate that my knee started playing up. But when I started helping Cyrus out, sort of assisting him, it was, yeah, I really enjoyed it. So yeah, it was good. It's a great club, Harlow. It's great. It's you get a good feeling when you turn up there. Great facilities, and like I said, when Chapo ran it really well, properly, and Cyrus is doing a great job as well.
Absolutely. So I mean, was it a surprise then or was it a big decision for you to sort of not carry on playing and jump into management?
I haven't said I finished playing though, Dave.
No, I'm not saying you have. But I mean, was it that from that sort of
No,
side?
it's easy. Easy for me now. Whilst I can't play, it's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
It's a no-brainer. But it's yeah, obviously, like once I sort it, I'm still fit. It's just once I just can't. I just got to follow the consultant's instructions, and I'm then I'll decide what I want to do, whether I carry on playing or possibly a mix of both. I don't know, but it was a decision that was made for me. I didn't really have a choice because I couldn't play. So it was either don't play or sort of step to the other side. And fortunately I was Cyrus, I was working with him, and then fortunately I had an opportunity at Grays as well. And like I said, when Grays come calling for me, it's a bit of a I can't say no really.
So where are Grays playing? Is it still with Tilbury?
Playing at Tilbury at the minute. Yeah. Playing at Tilbury. Yeah.
Is that grass?
Very much grass. Or mud. Yeah, very much grass. 20% grass, 80% mud.
But is that another thing where because now because of the injury, etc., and maybe getting a little bit older, that it's getting to that stage where you don't really want to be playing on 3G as well? Would that help with your knee?
I don't know. I genuinely don't know. I think that. I mean, possibly. I think it's more the change of surface going. When you go from sort of 3G 1 week to then grass to then nice firm grass, then muddy grass, then back to 3G. I think it probably does cause problems. I think when you sort of play on one consistently, I think it's probably a little bit less. Your body gets used to it. So I think I've probably struggled more with actually going from 3G to grass to 3G and so on. But I think when you consistently play on grass or consistently play on 3G, I think it's probably all right. But yeah, no, I've started to. I actually quite like 3G. I quite like you can play on it, right? I mean, you can play on grass if you can play. You can play on anything, right? That's what I always say. But it's yeah. I mean, I think these days everyone's going to be. I would imagine that most clubs seem to be getting 3Gs.
It seems to be going that way.
Which is fair enough because of it. Yeah, I think it's fair enough because you think it's probably clubs can earn the income from renting it out, and I think that's important for a non-league club to be able to earn money to be able to keep the club alive.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I mean, is it that do you train on 3G or do you train on grass?
No, we train on 3G, and that's the other thing as well. Yeah. I was saying to one of the boys the other day, you almost want to train on the pitch.
Yeah.
And you sort of get used to it, but it is that I'm sure if you can't, right? There's already two teams that play on it, so training on it would be a bit silly. But no, we train on 3G. It's good 3G, to be fair. I think there's some good places, good 3Gs and some sort of worn 3Gs where it's actually rock hard, and I think that's where you get sort of a bit of a problem with your knees and so on. But I think good 3Gs, all right.
I think it was, like I hear a lot of people turn around and say, "Oh yeah, but the older you get as a player, the less you want to be playing on 3G and all this sort of stuff. It gives you more injuries and all that sort of business." And yeah, I think when I was with Arlo the last time, them being on 3G had no issues, and then they had sort of three or four sort of serious end of that was the season over for the player, but they were playing on grass when that happened. So it was like one of those. Well, hang on a minute. You said it's dangerous. They're playing on that all the time. But as you said, maybe that is the change from going on to, training on 3G, playing on 3G, and then all of a sudden you go and say like to Tilbury maybe and playing on grass.
Yeah, I don't really know. Like, I mean, you could go as far as saying, you look at Spurs, right? With all the injuries they've had, they're saying it's the pitch. A lot of people are saying it's the pitch, and it's like, I think it's 5G. Is that what they call it? When it's like half grass, half artificial.
So their pitch has got like stuff a bit like Arsenal's and a few of the others in it, where they've actually got the fibres sort of sewn into the grass, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I don't really know. I think everyone's body's different, Dave.
Mm.
I think everyone, there'll be some players that won't want to play on grass because of their injuries, and there'll be some players that want to play on 3G or won't want to play on 3G. And I think everyone's different. So yeah, I think each their own. I don't really think there's a right or wrong.
So I mean, with Grays, I mean, what was your first game then when you took over?
Wolverham Abbey away, cheers. Yeah. Which was so weird for me because, like I said, I go way back with Billy, and it was like a bit of a surreal moment where you played with him. I see him most days at the gym as well, and then you're sort of in the dugout next to him, like, and you got to focus. And I'm used to having a laugh with him all the time, and it's like you're not having a laugh with him. You're actually competing against him, and it was Wolverham Abbey away, which was, it was their very good side. So it was a tough game, but it was also a good first game because it was almost like a free hit.
Yeah.
Because they're up there, they're playing well on there, and so it was a good opportunity to see sort of our squad as well because I'd not seen a lot of them play as well.
Yeah.
So it was good. Were you at that game?
I wasn't actually. I was working, so I couldn't get there.
Okay.
So that's what I was asking. Yeah, but I mean, 90 minutes time, I come back in again. Thanks for your kind words. Yeah, that goal of the season you scored last year was against Barton. What a goal!
That was right. Yeah. I remember it clearly.
Go on, talk us through it then. Go on, tell us. Go on.
I'm going to get battered. I'm going to start getting messages being like, I'm going to get battered. To be fair, we were 2-0 down and we won 3-2, and it was the winning goal. It was good goal. Was about 40 yards,
And
40 yards.
And Paul Halsey turned up one time to see it, did he?
Yeah, I don't even think he saw it. He was probably talking to the crowd. You know what he does? He turns around, talks to the crowd. I don't think he saw it.
So
Yeah,
what's he
good
like?
day that.
What's he like as a manager then?
Do you know what? He's one of my favourite people. I'll be honest. Like, I love him to pieces. He gave me some of my funniest moments in football. Like. There's some things I agree with, some things I don't agree with. But one thing that I always, I always you walk into his office and you've always got a smile on your face because he's always just like, he's just great. He's just a very, yeah. I can't think of the right word. He's full of personality, and you always feel like, if I rang him at 3 o'clock in the morning and said I need your help, he'd be there. So now I guess he's kind of more like a friend. Like I see him more as a friend. I mean, he's always messaging me. We got a baby due in May, and he's always sending me pictures, or he's telling me that he's bought a baby Arsenal kit ready to give the baby. I know. So he's more like a friend. Like he's just good. Like he's a really good guy, and I'd say that he's got his own ways of management.
Yeah.
Like I said, like it's not, if I'm not agreeing or disagreeing with it, everyone has their own ways. But what a great guy. Love him to pieces.
And that's also a club that's come a long way, isn't it? As well, when they used to have the grass pitch and that, he was always worried about where they're going to get relegated, or, every season and stuff like that. They're always in that sort of area. Then the 3Gs come in, and as he bores us with every week, if it weren't for COVID, we'd be in step 3 and all this sort of business. Do you know what I mean?
Honestly, he'd be in the Premier League soon, wouldn't he?
I think he probably would, wouldn't he?
Yeah. Listen, it's a really good club, and it's really nice people run it as well. And it's a family club. That's what I'd say about it. So the Hayley and Inach, especially Hayley, she lives and breathes that club.
Yeah.
She lives and breathes that club, and it's like, they've done really well with it. And again, it's a lovely place. It's a really lovely place to be. So
yeah. We've had a message come in from somebody. He wants to talk to you.
who is it? Oh no! Go on, get him on.
I'll tell you what, I nearly fell asleep, mate. I nearly fell asleep listening to you.
I've only said nice words about you, mate.
Have you? I missed them. Freddie messaged me earlier.
Yeah, did he?
I knew you was on because our show last night. So
I've been asked what I think of you as a manager.
yeah, well, but you have to say it nice on air, don't you? You can't tell them what you really think.
Okay. Why can't I see him, Dave?
You can't see him. Unfortunately, I don't know why it doesn't work. I don't know why you can't see him, but he's there.
Yeah, you
Trust me,
can't
I can
see
see him.
He's
us.
there, yeah.
Yeah.
Why is he gate crashing? Why is he gate crashing our show, Dave?
By popular demand, Mitch. By popular demand, I'm just putting it out there.
He
You
was
know,
on, Dave. He
I'll
was
be
on
buying,
last night.
I'll be buying your baby a little Arsenal kit, and
I told you. There he goes. There he goes.
he's getting a little Arsenal kit from me. So yeah, he'll have a bit of Liverpool and a bit of Arsenal. Certainly won't be having Championship Tottenham.
And
No, I ain't doing that.
Freddie's just come back in and said, like father, like son.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had good times. We had good
We
times.
had some great times. We did.
Yeah, I saved
We
him a
did have
few
some
times,
good
Dave.
times.
I saved him from getting the sack when we won.
Ah,
Instead, yeah.
same season I saved his career, Dave. Anyway,
Yeah.
I mean,
the Arsenal got a good draw.
Yeah, I saw that just come through. We was watching that as it came through. But I mean, talk us through his goal against Barton, Paul.
Yeah, go on. Talk us through it, Paul.
I've got to tell you that the ball come, the control, the turn, the volley. I've got to say, it's top draw goal. I talked to him
Didn't
in
you miss
training,
it though?
Dave.
I thought you missed it and were talking to the crowd.
Nah, mate, I didn't miss that goal. No way. And then you run over to the corner to celebrate. It was on show again. They done it again last week or something, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
was 2-0 down, Dave. And was that the winner, Mitch, or the 2-2?
Yeah.
That's the winner, wasn't it?
It was the winner. Yeah.
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 What a goal.
It
I
was
kept
good.
him for another few months after that.
Yeah.
So why did you leave him then, Mitch?
Do you know what? I don't think I was in his plans anymore. I think it was just it is what it is. I was there for a couple seasons, and it just, when you sort of get older, every game means something to you because you never know when it's going to be your last. And it was, to be fair, he signed other players, and it was sort of, I was a bit in and out, and then I kept getting his injury, and it just, like I said, every game mattered, and I didn't really want to be sort of in and out. I wanted to be in. But I also listen. It is what it is. It's nothing personal. It was, like I said to you before. He's like a friend to me now. Like, you know what I mean. So it's just that is what it is. I'm sure. Listen, he'd be desperate for me back if I could once my knees finished. Anyway, I know it. He's already messaged me being
Listen,
like, I can't wait to have you back.
all I know is Dave, he's still signed on for West. So if I do need him, I'll just call him.
Oh my God, didn't know that.
Well, you do now.
Yeah.
Do you not just start charging Grays up then for a few bob? Every game that he's on the bench.
Well, I could have him, couldn't I? Really, legally, I'm not 7-daying him. He's losing points and everything.
I'm not. I'm not in the squad. I'm not in the squad.
We only come across it the other day, actually, because I was going through who I got signed and who I ain't, and then I see Mitch was still signed on. And listen, you never say never. You never know, do you? You never know. Never know.
What have they said about the knee though, Mitch? I mean, is it a long term? Is it going to be a real long term?
No, where I had the cracked cartilage. It was there was inflammation there, and it wouldn't go. It just won't shake off. So they had to. It was in a place where I think you don't really get much blood flow. So they injected it with, I don't know what it was. Maybe that thing that Captain America gets injected with to make him one of those big, one of those super soldiers. No, I think it was obviously steroid and or something, and they injected it. So it's actually all right now. I've got no pain. I've just been doing loads of strength work on it, so I'll be able to start running in sort of hopefully a week to 10 days, and then see what happens from there. I'm always fit though, Dave.
Oh, yeah, he'll tell you that. He'll tell you that. He'll walk in with a broken leg. He's fit. He can still play.
No,
Yes.
I meant like I look after myself. Don't you worry
You
about
do,
that.
son.
Paul.
He's a good-looking boy, son. He is a good-looking boy. I love him. I miss him actually, and he knows that.
Yeah, I mean, looking at your where Grays are. I mean, you got some tough games to come, haven't you? I mean, you've got Wroxham, Moreland, Tiptree, Brighton, Sealing. You've got the sort of derby against Tilbury as such, and Concord Rangers, Lowestoft, and then if you need something at the end, you've got a nasty trip all the way to Norfolk to go and play Galston.
Yeah. I think for us, I mean, we've got a great squad of players. We played Bowers last week and we beat them 2-0. So we've got the players to go and win games, and it's game by game. It's game by game at the end of the day. The squad's good. We might need to add a couple more, but we've got every chance. The team's strong enough to go and win every game.
Yeah.
It's just it's just making sure injuries are good to us. But yeah, Wroxham, like I said, game by game, Wroxham are right up there. Tomorrow night will be interesting. But each game as it comes, so I'm not overly worried with the squad that we've got. It's a strong squad.
I know he joked about the pitching, but surely that's got to be quite a leveler as well, though, when these big sides come down to play you, and especially the likes of Malden you got on Saturday. That that won't be sort of something that they've played on too often.
Well, I mean, they would have played other teams, right, on a bad pitch. It's not uncommon, but yeah, of course. Like, I think for any footballing side to come over to Tilbury, it absolutely is a leveler, right? They're not going to be able to play the nice football from the back there, and if they do, then there's every chance that there's mistakes. So of course it's an absolute. I mean, Malden's a difficult one, right? Because their squad is ridiculous. You got like people like Freddie Sears in there and so on. Like, but yeah, I think it makes it more interesting. I mean, when we played Bowers, we were knocking the ball around, like we were playing on it, which was excellent. So, listen, the pitch might it's playable. Like it's not like a sand pit. You can play on it, but I think it's just about playing in the right areas. But listen, Wroxham aren't going to want. I don't know how far it is. 2.5 hours must be in rush hour, maybe.
Yeah.
At least. So they're not going to want to come down on a Tuesday night. It's going to be tough for them. And I think so long as we've got high energy, when we put it on them, there's every chance.
I mean, it's like that.
Not worried about anyone, Dave.
I mean, we were talking to the guy that normally comes on from from Merthyr, and they were playing the other week. I think just before Christmas, where it was, and they had South Shields coming to them on a Tuesday night. And South Shields stayed over on the night before, and he said like they had a training session at the morning of the game. He said, and my blokes were still turning up with about half out of kick-off. He said, coming in from work and getting into the ground, and they're playing sort of like the mighty South Shields that were the favourites for that league, and they end up turning them over as well. I mean, just crazy stuff. When you think the distance to travel, I think they had an FA Cup game against the side down in Cornwall, and then they also had like South Shields, and we worked it out. It was about a 9.5 hour journey from the team in Norfolk to the team in there. So it's like a complete sort of like they've travelled those distances, but it's 9 hours between where they played in the FA Cup to where they've got to go in a few weeks' time to go and play South Shields.
Yeah, it's a long old journey, but I also think that you don't really like. I've played in those Tuesday night games away to Lowestoft and sort of away to Wroxham and things like that, and there's also that part, the other side of it, where it's like not going to make that journey and come back with nothing. So you give it all and you put it all in. So there's two parts of it, and it depends what sort of how they turn up, and it also depends how we turn up. If we turn up and we work as hard as we've done in the last few games, and I don't see why there'd be any reason why we can't go and get 3 points. And then we got a free hit against Malden, like literally a free hit.
And you got some big players, in the team. Talk us through some of the players you got in there, because, the player that got sent off at the weekend. I mean, that's a big player straight away, isn't it?
Yes, I'll be giving away all my secrets. What if Malden are listening and Wroxham are listening? Or what if Ware manager's listening and he starts trying to nick some players?
Well, you never know, Mitch.
But you have got some real, big players in the team.
Listen, Yeah, we've got a mixture of young energy, and we've got a mixture of experience as well. So yeah, we've got some, Charlie missing against Malden next week's going to be big for us because he's got, he's loads of experience. But I think Sid's possibly suspended as well against Malden. But like I said, it's a free hit, and when people can't play, it's an opportunity for other people to come in and deliver us, right? So, you could end up with players coming in and they get given their chance, an opportunity that maybe are a little bit more fresh, that haven't played as many games, and it's a great opportunity. So you could end up getting a big performance from them. But yeah, of course, like any sort of team with a player as experienced as Charlie is you're going to miss him, right? Against a well experienced team as well.
Yeah. Do you get sort of like the urge though when you got a big game like Malden coming up, thinking,
Don't.
can I get on there?
I was sitting there.
Okay.
I was on Saturday. On Saturday, I've got obviously Lewis Clark as well, who can't play at the minute. We were sitting there, and it was a bit of a frustrating game on Saturday. I won't talk about the ref because I'm not even going to give him the benefit. I'm not even going to give him the satisfaction of speaking about him. But we were sitting on the side itching to sort of get on, because it's like not every game's the perfect game for you, but like you're thinking, oh my God, I'd love to play in this. But yeah, of course, but I can't. So it's like there's no point in dwelling on it. My aim is to try and inspire these boys from my own experiences, and to be able to go and win and go and beat these teams, because like I said, you go and beat, and it's a great feeling. When we beat Bowers at home, it was a completely different feeling. It was so good when you see sort of some of the decisions that happen, and then we took we took Gabs from where, right? Sorry, Paul. We took Gabs from where? He's come in and banged 2 goals. And it was like, it was such a great feeling to see something that you've kind of that you've made happen effectively come off. And it's a completely different feeling, but yeah, of course we get the urge, and it will happen, I'm sure, like at some point, possibly.
Saturday.
No, it can't happen. Saturday. I can't. Even if I wanted to, I can't. Yeah.
So you've got, as you say, you've got Wroxham, Malden, then Downham, then Mildenhall, Brighton, Tilbury, Concord, Lowestoft, Galston. You're not in that relegation zone or anything like that at the minute, but surely you've got to be feeling confident that you're not going to be in there come the last day of the season.
Listen, like I said before, if it's a good squad, there's some really good players, and there's some experience with a mixture of young players as well. And I think that if they work as hard as they have been in the last few weeks, I've got no doubt that we will be pushing sort of. There's quite a lot of games left, and I think we'll sort of finish a lot higher up the table. But I think that it's. I'm not worried at all. I think there's enough games in there, and I think we've got enough quality to go and get ourselves well out of it.
Are you surprised though with the likes of 2 of those teams that are down there, and the likes of Lowestoft and Heybridge being in that relegation zone? That's mad.
I haven't seen. Lowestoft, every time I've played against them, or every time I've been in the same league, they've always been pretty decent. I think the year that I think they were right up there the last time I was at Grays, when we lost to Sudbury in the playoffs, but they were right up there, and it was always a tough place to go. So to see them down there is pretty strange. I don't know what's happened. I'm sure I'll soon find out when we play them. But Heybridge as well, again, always kind of been up there. But I just missed the Heybridge game. I didn't actually see what they were like. But you look at their team on paper, and you kind of think, why are they down there? I don't know. I haven't seen them. But it's strange to see those teams down there. And that's what I said to you before, where it's like I haven't seen this league for a while. But it's to see like some of those teams like down there, it's a little bit strange.
Yeah, it almost looks like when you look at those two, you expect those two to be, above the line, at the top of the line, the top line rather than the bottom line.
Well, you've always seen lower stuff up there. I don't really, like I said, I don't know what's happened, but I don't know. Maybe there's there's some other teams around there that have taken some of. There's not many teams around there, are there? So I think there's like a few clubs that the players sort of move around. Newmarket were decent. I thought they were they good. I mean, the ref spoiled the game, but I think that had the game have been allowed to sort of play, I think it would have been a good footballing game. I think Newmarket, they were pretty decent, I thought.
So I mean, with you, literally with yourself, whereabouts did you actually start with football then? What was and how did you get into the professional game at the beginning?
Wow, going back a few years now, Dave.
How many? How many years?
What's that?
Nothing.
Yeah. So, I mean, I was 16 and I went on trial at Watford and I never got in. And then we played. Oh God, it's taking me back. We played Bolton in a pre-season friendly, and Dean Holdsworth, who was there, he was at the game. He got me a trial at Bolton, and I went up there did a YT up there. Hated it, got homesick, and then I ended up signing at Southend for 2 years, and then just kind of from there. There was when it was a manager. Steve Tilson was there. Then it was a manager change, and just never got my contract, never got renewed. So I ended up here. I actually went to Wealdstone with Jermaine Beckford days. So I was playing with, and I just kind of went into non-league from there. So what it's like. I mean, I went from Wealdstone, I think, to Averley. We won the league at Averley with Rod Stringer and Keith Rowland. That was a great team. That was, but I was only young. Then from there, I went to Bishop Stortford in the conference national. We went from Conference South to Conference North.
Yeah, I mean that was bonkers, isn't it?
Oh, do you know what, Dave? That was one of my best years. One of my favourite seasons. It was so good to see, like, obviously different grounds and go up north and play like people like who's the team up the top, right? Really, really north. I can't remember the name. I'll think of it in a minute. But we were playing teams like Workington, Hyde, Boston. Yeah. It was a great experience. So that was good. And then I kind of found my way to Grays.
I mean, you just said about the National League North, because I'm keeping a very close eye on it because of Merthyr being in it this year. And you don't expect Merthyr to be in the North Division either. You'd expect them to possibly be in the South. But we always talk about it, and you look at some of the teams that are in that league: South Shields, AFC Flying, Kidderminster, Scarborough, Telford, Darlington, Macclesfield, Chester. And it goes on and on and on and on. When you start looking at some Hereford are in there, and Hereford are in the relegation zone.
Paul, didn't you have a good experience against Kidderminster?
Well, we did, didn't we? Well, about two really. FA Cup first round when I was coach at Ware back in 2008, and then obviously a few years, couple of years back, where we took them to a replay at their place. But I was talking about the game the other day, actually, Mitch, and we had an handball and we never got it in the penalty. Should have been a penalty. Whether that changes the game or not, because that would have made it 1-1. We went on to draw 1-1, and then we went up to there and lost 3-0. But one of my greatest highlights, really, because proper old school football ground, and took quite a lot of fans up there, and it was a good day. I know we lost, but it was a good experience as a manager.
There's some big teams in that league. And there always has been, and it's a completely different. Like from going from National South to National North. I mean, I turned up and the players were like, I felt like a midget compared to some of these players. It was just like they were monsters, like the size of them, and they played so so aggressive as well.
And it's just weird though, isn't it, how non-leagues sort of almost had sort of a reset with teams, because some of those teams that I read out there, the likes of Darlington and Kidderminster, Scarborough, Hereford would all be sort of like league teams when I was younger. Do you know what I mean? And now all of a sudden they're in National League North.
Yeah, strange, isn't it? Torquay and all that. Yeah.
And Jared Bowen has just scored for West Ham. They've gone 1-0.
Oh, is that what? Hold on. No, he ain't. I must be behind you then.
Yeah, he's just got there's bubbles everywhere.
So he's using one of those dodgy sticks. That's what
Oi,
he's. That's
oi, oi!
why.
That's slander. That is slander. You can't say that live. Absolute silence. I have the V8. I have the dodgy stick squad on me now. Of course I haven't. I realised I've got it paused on my Sky.
That's why he's
Virgin
behind. He's got
box.
it paused.
On
Oh
my
yeah,
Virgin box.
yeah. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's yeah, it's an interesting old thing non-league. But you even look at Dagenham and Redbridge. They're they're sitting in National South. I
Yeah,
know they've just had investment from KSI,
yeah.
but
3 million
but they
shirts
were
in
they were
3
League
days.
One. They were League
Yeah,
One not so long ago.
yeah, but 3 million shirts in 3 days.
I know,
That's
I know. Fair
crazy.
play. Listen, if there's one thing he knows how to do, it's marketing, right?
Yeah, crazy
But
stuff, isn't it?
fair play, fair play. I think they'll
You
go
know
back up.
what?
I think
Grays
they'll
would
push
sell.
back up the
Oi,
leagues now.
Dave Grays would sell that many shirts if they appoint Nick instead of him. His missus. You know what I mean?
She can hear you.
Oh, hello, dear. You all right? Oh, sorry. Well, I'm just saying she'd be a better manager than you. That's all. That's a compliment, no?
It's a compliment, and she'll probably will. She probably will. Maybe we'll try and get her to do a half-time show.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
But I
The
mean,
good thing is, though, once you're appointed, Mitch, at least I can get a pre-season out of you.
I don't know if I want to play against you.
No, you won't be able to play. You'll be injured.
Oh no, if we play against you, I'll play.
Ah, of course you will. You love that, won't you?
If a nice FA Cup draw against Ware, that'd do me.
Oh, can you imagine it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the amount of stick that I'd give you from the side.
Ah, well, a bit far
You
away,
won't
wouldn't it?
watch the
So what
game, will
I'll
you? You'd
do,
be too busy talking to the crowd.
I'll come up from behind, mate, and start giving you stick. Don't worry about that.
See, Dave, it's what I had to put up with for a few seasons.
I know. He's got to turn up on time first, though.
Sure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
he was
always
never
late.
late, to be fair.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
was never late. I can't have him on that one.
Can't call you. So
Professional, ultimate pro,
can't
always on time.
can't call you Fabian Sims then, no.
Fabs does always no.
Fabs turns
Fabs
up half
does
hour late
tend
all
to
the time.
turn up a little bit late. Yeah, he does turn. But do you know what though? Like with Fabs, I know he's. I think he's a little bit older than me, but he is a player, by the way.
He
Like so consistent.
Yeah.
He's. Yeah, I didn't realise how reliable he actually was. Obviously, I've
Yeah.
played against him over the years, but to play with him, like he
Yeah.
was a pleasure to play with.
Yeah. He's one of those
Very good
players I
player.
always used to call him the octopus when I was there because you look like you're past him, and all of a sudden this big leg comes out of nowhere and sort of takes the ball, and you think you're past him, and he's just all of a sudden this leg comes from nowhere.
I don't know how he does it. Like he's honestly he's such a lovely guy as well.
Yeah.
He's a pleasure to be around and a pleasure to play with. He's very very good, nice guy.
And 9 times out of 10, you're already warming up on the pitch by the time he turns up.
Yeah. No, he's not that bad. He wasn't that bad. I think when Cyrus took over, Cyrus probably had a little word with him. They're quite tight, those two. Yeah.
But I mean, with the Harlow situation, it's sad to see what's going on.
I think it's sad for any club to go through something like that. I don't know the ins and outs of what happened, but you never want to see a non-league club struggle. When you think of how much money these Premier League teams have got, and when you look at sort of how loyal the people are with the non-league clubs, like I said, volunteers and Paul. I was saying before how Hayley, she just lives and breathes that club. Like if anything happened there, you'd be devastated because you know how much blood, sweat, and tears go in. And it's not like people go and earn loads of money from doing it, if at all. Like I look at Grays now, and everything's volunteers.
Yeah.
It's amazing how they've kept that club sort of going to the strength. I know there's been sort of some tough times, and it's amazing how they've all sort of grouped together and kept it going. And like with Harlow, like it's the same. Like the fans turn up every week. There's loads of volunteer work that goes on, and you just hate to see it because it's more than just a football club to these people, and I think that players go in, and if anything, if something goes wrong, players will leave and go somewhere else, and it doesn't really happen for these people. They live and breathe it, and I think it's really sad to see. I'm hoping, I'm hoping that it sorts itself out. I think they've got good people in there that's going to pick that will pick it up and sort of get it and kick it back into shape. Fortunately, they only lost. I think they lost 10 points.
They did, yeah.
But it doesn't take, and hopefully keeps them up, and then they can go again. But yeah, it's like I said, it's never nice to see that with a non-league club at all.
But I mean, with Grays though, I mean Grays itself, I mean, not being funny, Grays is a big, is a big non-league club.
Grays is a big non-league club, and it's yeah, it should be higher. It's like I said, it's unfortunate sort of what happened with the ground, but like I said, they've got a great fan base and they've got great people involved, and they've kept it going. And I'm sure once the new ground comes, and once they've steadied they're steadying the ship now, but once the new ground comes, everyone's going to get their teeth into it. I'm sure it'll be back to where it was. Got no question about that. There's great people involved. They've got a great fan base. You should have seen them on Saturday. It was brilliant. They were loud. They were loud. They're just great. It keeps the players going, and like I said, I think they'll be back where they belong.
I mean, when is it you guys now get together now and start planning for next season? Is it already? Have you got sort of plans in your mind about what basically players to bring in, etc., pre-season friendlies? Because we're getting quite close to the end of the season now.
There's a few players at where I'm probably going to take. So no, I don't know what. Listen, I'm not. I don't know what's going on. I think that Paul Joins has gone in to the end of the season. I've gone in with him, and I think it's that's the only priority, is making sure this club stays in this league and sort of finishing as high as possible. I don't know what's going to happen next season. I don't think it's a conversation yet. Who knows? But for me, it's just about, there's been no conversation on next season. It's purely about making sure Grays stay in this league and stay in it comfortably. And I think then there could be a conversation, may or may not be a conversation. I don't know. But yeah, that is the priority. And until that target has been hit, there probably won't be a conversation.
Yeah. So talk to us a little bit about the chairman as well, because he's always comes across being such a great guy.
Lee, great. Yeah, I mean, listen, he wasn't the chairman when I was playing. I think he took over the season I left when Stimo took over and I went and signed for Paul. But yeah, I mean, I've known him. I can't remember what role he was before, but he's always been there supporting the running of the club. He's a great guy, like very supportive. He just wants the best for the club. So he's not the only one who's great. They're all great, Dave. The ball are great. Like it's well run, and credit to Lee as chairman. He's got that ball together, and he knows what he wants. Very supportive, very very supportive. I will say that. Always, you can really tell that he wants that club to do well.
Yeah. Well, it's 1-1. They just equalised Brentford, but it's got to be offside, surely. The bloke standing right in front of the goalkeeper. But VAR get involved.
Yeah.
It's hit him on the chest. It's literally hit him on the chest in an offside position as well. So I would assume it's going to be an offside because he's literally standing there.
Yeah, I don't care about the FA Cup now. Grays where and Spurs are out of it. I don't care about it.
So, all right. So here's a question for you then. So let's go away from non-league for a minute. So you're a Spurs fan, and what is it, Atletico Madrid? Is that tomorrow?
I'm follow Spurs. I follow Spurs. Yeah, I've got no. Listen, what can I say? I don't know. Spurs. I do think Spurs will get relegated, and I do think Arsenal will win the league. And I've got nothing else to say about that, Dave.
Can they win the Champions League?
No. What are that? I think absolutely not. I mean, that is just never going to happen.
The gold
Can they win the
standard.
Champions League? Absolutely not. No way.
The gold
No way. I'd love
standard.
to be able to say yes, but no way. The goal stands.
Yeah. So you're not going to beat. But yeah, believe it or not, I can't believe it. But I mean, literally, I mean, it's a nice, easy game against Madrid, and then if you win that, you've only got to play Barcelona. So
Well, there you go then. And the
Like
fact that
Arsenal,
there are some Spurs fans thinking we can potentially win the Champions League they're a bit deluded, in my opinion. It's just not going to happen.
you're
I'd
not
love
gonna,
it to happen,
yeah,
but it won't.
you're not going to be playing Champions League in the Championship then.
Do you know what? I was having this chat the other day. I personally think that if that did happen, whoever it happens to, if it does happen, they should have their Champions League retracted from them.
Wow.
I don't think they should be allowed to play in the Champions League whilst in the Championship.
why?
Because the Champions League is elite of the elite, right? That's what it's supposed to be.
So the problem is, Mitch, the minute they brought all this silly format in, the minute they took away the actual champions who are in the Champions League or the European Cup when it was, that's when it all becomes. So it's not an elite Champions League now. I'm sorry, in my opinion, it's not an elite Champions League. Some of them
But it
teams
is supposed to be.
they're
It
elite.
is supposed to be the best teams in Europe. So if you've got a club playing in the Premier League in the Champions League, you'd argue that they're playing in arguably the best league in Europe. Whereas if they're playing in the Championship, for me, they don't fit into being elite. So therefore, they're not. For me, they don't deserve. That should be a rule that it should get retracted from them. But I don't think it's going to happen. It's going to be irrelevant anyway, Dave. There's no team that's going to be playing in the Championship and playing in the Champions League. It's not going to happen.
There's a possible penalty to West Ham, but yeah, no. You don't think it's going to happen, then, no?
No.
Nah, it's not, Dave. I joke
It's
about
definitely
it.
not going to happen.
It ain't happening. They're going to win the Champions League, mate. They've got to beat the mighty Arsenal first.
But there's just too many teams that you got to play and win. Like you can't. You know you got like I say you got to play Atletico Madrid. Then if you somehow beat them, then you got to go and play Barcelona. And if you somehow beat them, you're going to end up playing whoever it is, Real Madrid, whoever it is. Then you're going to have to play in the final against whoever it is, an Arsenal or Bayern Munich or wherever it is. It's just near on impossible. I think everything's possible, but that's very unlikely.
I mean, the route is basically Madrid, Newcastle or Barcelona. Then it's Arsenal or Bayer Leverkusen, Sporting or that Bodo Glint in the semis, and then the final you could end up with. Well, that's horrific. The other side, isn't it? It's Bayern Munich and Real Madrid and Manchester City and Liverpool and Paris Saint-Germain.
The fact that we're even mentioning Spurs and winning the Champions League is crazy. It's crazy. But yeah, it's not going to happen. But I hope they stay up. I do hope they stay up. I just don't see where a win's going to come from, like we were saying before.
It's going to be difficult. Certainly going to be difficult for them. But would you prefer? I mean, not being funny, and it is a thing for you. Then would you rather have Grace surviving or Tottenham winning the Champions League?
He's obviously great.
I'd rather. It's an easy question. It's an easy.
It's very easy.
It's like, of course, I would prefer Grays up. I mean, Spurs, I follow. I support football, right? I like watching. I'll sit and watch Arsenal. I'll sit and watch Man City and whatever, all good football. For me, the most important thing right now is Grays staying in this league, and it's not even a question, Dave.
Yeah. And the bubbles are going again. Jared Bowen scored again, so it's 2-1.
Oh, I'm watching it, Dave. Bloody now you told me.
Take it off a pause.
Yeah, well, I can't because I've got to put it on pause and listen to you.
Oh, listen, the time's gone anyway, but I'm really privileged to have you guys on, especially you, Mitch. Fantastic to have you on, mate. And I say the invitation's open to you to join Paul on a Sunday night if you want to come and join him on a Sunday night.
Will you have me on, Paul? Paul, would you like that?
Night,
would you like that, Paul?
Yeah, I'd love it, mate. You in there? I won't have to listen to that boring mum as much as I have to. Weathers, honestly.
And also, And also as well, we'll try and get in contact with you as well, because we do in the off season we do a My Life in Football, where we go from your career from when you first started as a kid all the way through to the present day, and ask and chat. So if you're available to be one of the guys on that, that'd be fantastic.
How long? I mean, I'm not sure you have enough time for all the bangers that I've scored over the
Oh,
years.
it's an hour. It's an hour long, mate. We can fit you in. You can go as long as you like.
God, honestly, his head gets so. He's already got a big head. He's even bigger, mate, out for this show.
We can even see if Freddie will come on and do one as well.
Oh, no, we can't have him on there. Not Freddie. No. He'll get on here selling cars, mate. That's what you're there.
He sold you a nice car, though.
He looks after me, old Fred.
Yeah.
He did.
We all look after. We all look
one,
after you. To be fair, we all
Pardon?
look after you. We all look after you.
One thing I've always had. I would say 98% of my players have all been good people, and I don't think you can often say that in football.
That's why he's had his flat painted with a painter, electrician, everything, kitchen bloke, everybody who plays for him. That's how he selects his players. He looks at it and thinks, "What do I want done in my house? But I need a plasterer." So who's a plasterer?
That's it, mate. That's what I've done.
Yeah.
The painter used to be one of my old an old goalkeeper. The electrician was Dan Rumans. Danny Wolf.
Have you paid him yet?
With my knees, old centre half or where? Mate, I have them all in here. Benny Reynolds, he used to play with me. He was my centre half when I was at Welling Garden. Good old boy. Done the kitchen. Just keep going.
Do you pay him on time?
Oh, I know. He took me to the O2 once and had a fantastic night.
I did. They're expensive tickets, they are.
Yeah, we had a very good night with a very late friend of ours.
Yes, very true.
Yeah,
very true.
And it's a great place to live. Listen, Mitch, massive thank you for coming on tonight. Paul, thanks for popping on. Really appreciate it, mate. And I say, just let us know, Mitch, if you want to come on, and drop us your telephone number. We'll get you on Sunday night with the boys.
I will do. Thanks for inviting me on. It's been fun.
I'm
glad we got a little. I'm glad we got a special guest on. I'm glad he popped up.
It's like This Is Your Life. Mitch, you probably won't remember it. This Is Your Life, where at the end, someone special comes on, and it's me for you.
God, I couldn't ask for anyone else. I'm so happy it was you.
Before Mitch goes, just tell him what I'm up, because he can't see me. Just tell him what I'm holding up for him. Look.
It's a nice baby's Arsenal top. Brand new.
He keeps going on about it. I'll pick it up off you.
It's going, mate. It's going to his house.
It's not happening, Dave. I'm not having it.
I've got Bailey sitting over back there, fast asleep, Mitch.
But is the missus an Arsenal fan?
No, she's Liverpool.
Liverpool, didn't she?
Scouser. Liverpool fan. Don't worry, it won't be supporting that either.
Well, he certainly won't be supporting Tottenham, that's for sure.
It won't be Tottenham. We're going to have to go like Leighton Orient or Dagenham and Redbridge by the sound of it.
Grays Athletic or Ware FC.
Yeah, but listen, don't knock it.
No, exactly not. No, dear, I won't knock it.
Yeah.
I won't, mate. Football.
Yeah, happy days. Well, listen, guys, especially thanks. We'll be back next week. We'll be back with Paul and the rest of the gang, of course, on Sunday. But until then, good night.
Good night.